This is Duke Devil 95. My name is Brad Burnett, and about an hour and a half ago, I just walked out of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I guess this is my initial reaction video. All right. Well, the obvious thing is I am not at home office. It's a hotel somewhere down in Miami, traveling for work, but was able to catch Guardians because I got in time. And first impressions, not a bad movie. Not a bad movie. It's okay. It was enjoyable. Again, this is just a first impressions video. I will probably do a longer review later on. I tend to like to watch the MCU movies myself before I bring before I go with my girlfriend because she will have a lot of questions typically, and I want to know what happens so I can answer the questions in the middle of the movie. Um, so yeah, I was able to see it while I'm on a work trip. And like I say, it's 2.5 hours. We got to stop doing these long movies, guys. Just come on. You're putting a lot of crap in there you don't need to. Again, it's enjoyable. Um, Important things for people who've been watching MCU lately. I did not detect a lot of the wokeness bullshit that we normally get. Uh, yeah, the women in the story are portrayed as who they are. We already know who Gamora is. Well, this is new Gamora. We know who Nebula is. We know who Mantis is. They're playing the same characters they've always played. The men do seem a little dumber than normal. Um, Peter Quill, for being the leader of the Guardians, is still kind of dumb. I prefer it more if he was kind of like the Indiana Jones character. Uh, just capable but more lucky than anything else. That's really indie for me. Uh, and again, he's kind of upset for most of it. It's kind of annoying. Um, but I think the real thing to take away from this is that this is Rocket's movie. This is really all about Rocket, and there's a good story there. Um, I've seen a lot of people talk about animal torture, and yeah, there is some. PETA will not be happy. Uh, but these are digital animals. Um, so, yeah, maybe not the best for young kids. Because there's a lot of darkness in this. Now, and that's another point. The humor level is not what you would expect from a Guardians movie. Guardians is, Guardians set a good standard for dumbass humor, in my opinion. But it was dumbass done smartly. Uh, then we got to see Marvel kind of just MCU rather go way overboard. Go see Thor: Love and Thunder, which was a joke on so many levels. It's an example of a movie when you try to put too many jokes in. It's fine if you have a comic movie where there's comedy in it, well placed. Thor: Love and Thunder was not. Guardians, I always thought, did it well. This one did not have the level of humor you would normally expect from the previous two movies, or from even how the Guardians appeared in the Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame. Uh, there were points of humor, but it was much more restrained, and yeah, it was really kind of dark when you get down to it. But it's not bad. That's the thing. It's not a bad movie. It's really it's better than we've seen from the MCU in the last few years. Is it worth a watch? I guess that's the other thing. Is it worth a watch? Hmm. Maybe a matinee. Again, it's 2.5 hours, so really, and you got 20 minutes of trailers beforehand, so you're devoting 3 hours of your life to this. It's a lot of filler in there you don't need. Adam Warlock is not needed in this at all. First off, he's not Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock in name only. He has nothing to do with the actual character from Marvel Comics. He's kind of an idiot. High Evolutionaries in this. The themes are generally the same, but it's not the High Evolutionary you know from the comics. Again, this is MCU, Feige, whoever is running shit over there these days, who knows? Just picking and choosing what they want to put it on screen. Um, I think the fact you know, had James Gunn seems to have been able to have control over his movies more than a lot of other people. Um, so I don't know how much influence the studio had in these characters. But at least the High Evolutionary is an actual bad guy. You do not like the guy. This is not like a redemptive bad guy. This is not Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is not Wanda. Yes, Wanda is a bad guy. Spoiler alert. Guess what? Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, is a frackin' bad guy. And it's Rocket's story. There's a lot of good stuff with Rocket. You really get to understand the character well. Um, I don't. I can't say it's fun. I can say it's a good movie. I think everyone does well as their characters. They know their characters. Um, but there's definitely not the fun and joy level you have had with the prior Guardians. Um, it is a good conclusion. It is a good end of the Guardians trilogy. It is a good end for James Gunn in the MCU. I have significant doubts of what James Gunn can do in his DC Gunniverse. He can direct a movie. I don't know that he can create a universe. Yeah. So yeah, that was about it. I enjoyed the movie, but it was not fun. You know what was also not fun? I got frickin' Ryan Kinel-ed. Yeah. Uh, so I before I went to the movie, I had a quick appetizer at a bar right near the theater, and then so this is more significant apparently to me than the frickin' movie. So after the movie, I went out and I just had a drink, and I'm like, I still need a little more food, so I just ordered tuna poke nachos where I was at, which is just like nacho chips and tuna and whatever. And the people next to me also ordered the same thing, so they got their order first, which I think kind of was mine, and then my order never arrived. So this is where I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here 45 minutes in. I don't have any food. It's after 11 o'clock. I've gone through two drinks. Where's my fucking food? Oh, shit. The people were like, oh my god, I didn't know this was yours. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna bother you two. It's fine. So I did the thing that I don't like to do. I called the manager. Um, and I think I was a dick. It's a bit of a dick. I asked the guy next to me. I asked him, like, was I a dick about that? He's like, no, you're fair. And his girl's like, yeah, we're kind of a dick. Um, but I'm sorry. They were kind of screwed too. Um, I ordered my food at like between 10:15 and 10:30, and they got their food. They sat down about 6 or 7 minutes after I was there. They ordered the same appetizer that I did. They got what I think was my appetizer, and then they ate. They dove right in, and I'm like, "Is that mine? I don't know." And then the waitress like, "Oh my God, that was yours." And I'm like, "Well, they were already eating it. I'm not going to take their food away, and they're touching it, so I'm not going to eat their food." But then 30, 40 minutes passed, and I never got my food. So then I call the manager, and then my food appears because now the manager's involved, and uh, I'm not eating this. This is bullshit. It's like after 11 o'clock. I just wanted a little bite beforehand, and yeah, I was a dick about it. That's fine. I think I was righteously allowed to be a dick about this. But the other thing is, look, they lost my meal. So what my meal was with these other people, but that means if I got my meal, that those people wouldn't have gotten their meal at all. What the? I'm now sympathizing with Ryan Kinel. So here's my snack tonight. Yay! All right. Well, I gave the girl a $10 tip on a $20 bill, so no one can fault me that much. Anyway, I will actually do a longer review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, breaking down it in more detail. I'll probably do it after I see it with my girlfriend. Otherwise, like I say, uh, better than we've seen in Phase 4, way better than Ant-Man Quantumania. Not that that's tough. And a good conclusion to Guardians of the Galaxy. Questions, comments, witticisms down below. Click like, click subscribe. I'll see you later.